Hey all, J-Man here. I just wanted to tell you about beardedshirts.com. It's a great place to get a lot of cool superhero shirts and other merchandise. You can scroll, they've always got sales on. As you can see, they've got these really cool print all over shirts, which I really love. That's Eddie, the founder of the site. And if you're looking for stuff, all you got to do is you click on the search here and you can type in all over. And that's going to show you the all over prints, which are really, really cool. Look at that. You got Legion of Superheroes, you got Brave and the Bold, you got JSA, you got Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, all kinds of stuff. So check out beardedshirts.com. Hello, Legionnaires. Welcome to episode 41. Of the Legion live stream. We are going through every appearance of the Legion of Superheroes. We started with Adventure 247. We are 41 episodes in, many appearances. Tonight's a big one. And tonight's a great night because I own all the issues we're talking about. Woohoo! So I'll show those off better once we get going. I got a couple other things to show you. And yes, people want me to address that Superman thing. We will address that accordingly. So hang in there. We're going to get that. I can already see Sean's laughing backstage. Gee, I wonder what J-Man and his friends will think of this. Who can say? It's a mystery. It's just like a J.J. Abrams mystery box or whatever. Maybe we'll be very vague and stupid about it. Before we get into that, though, I want to remind you, it's Fantastic Friday this week. Oh, yes, we're friggin' back. Last Friday, Sean and I went on a special outing to meet a legend in action movies, but now we're back. Fantastic Fridays. We're doing 4 issues. It's going to be super cool. Looking forward to that. We are going to finish sometime in the next couple of weeks. We're going to continue with season 3 of Transformers, so make sure you're there for that. And next week, Sean and I are going to this Transformers event. It's going to be a few episodes of the original cartoon. I think it's the first 4 episodes shown on the big screen. That's going to be friggin' cool. There's going to be a table read, some other stuff there too, so we'll report back. We'll cover all of that on the Transformers stream, which will be the day after. So May 16th, I think, will be the Transformers stream where we'll talk about this plus the cartoons. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's say a thank you to the Legionnaires. So these are the channel members. Dan, we saw Dan. Dan is the Cosmic Boy of the channel. He was the I can't remember if Cosmic Boy or Lightning Lad was technically first. Maybe one of my panelists can tell me who was actually first, who was the first Legionnaire. Of course, Sean, Steven, and Clobberin, who you guys know from all of my streams. Brennan, who's been in chat a bunch of times. Cliff, who comes in on the Dazzler stream. RR, Philip, Picasso, and Classic Comics. Philip, your shirt is in the mail, I've been told. So there you go. That is everybody. All right, let's bring in the Legionnaires so we can talk about how much we all adore this wonderful new costume that we've got. If you can tell by my voice, it's not going to be positive, is it? All right, let's bring them in.
Just kidding, guys. This is the real costume in a new movie. So
yeah.
He was like, you know what, guys? I pulled a prank on you. I pranked you all. This is the real costume. And
that'd be awesome.
Corn Sweat's face exactly like Christopher Reeve.
It is Christopher Reeve's face. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see. It could be a prank. That'd be awesome if it was. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't. It's not a prank. And it would be awesome.
Right up. Anyway, this looks right up his out. Look, I've said this. And everyone's like, well, you know, I like Guardians. Like Guardians is not Superman. It's not the same thing. So anyway.
All right, let's bring our next Legion. I had that one ready.
It's Clobberin time.
Better believe it.
You like that one? Let's do it one more time.
That's the Superman transition.
That's the yes, I pulled that out there.
For Filmation, I love that.
Yeah. Isn't that good? I pulled that the other day.
It is so freaking Clobberin time, James Gunn. You
God,
jag off.
All right, let's say hello to our good friends here. FK, baby, you're here first. Hail, yes. Who is this wildfire? Oh, Phantom. Oh, fact-checking Phantom is here. you're correct. They don't say Wildfire in this issue.
No, it's Erg 1 so far.
It's Erg 1 or whatever. So I did put Wildfire in the thing, and
we all know he's Wildfire.
And you know what? Wow, this is 50-50. There's 8 votes already, and it's 50-50 on Timberwolf and Wildfire. Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I know who Clobby voted for since he just produced.
He's my favorite Legionnaire outside, except that's not named Superboy or Monel. I love him. Right? Okay, you call Erg 1 until he becomes Firefly later, but he's Wildfire.
Yeah.
And they called him Wildfire.
I love that the icon got changed. I'm like, well, who did you vote for?
Yeah. I love me some Timberwolf now.
For sure. He was badass in this one. That's for damn sure. Skeptic is here to learn about my thoughts on the garbage Superman costume. Oops, did I spoil that?
I'll be yelling about that tonight.
Nice. Thanks, Mark, for coming. You have not missed it. This is going to be a good one, man. And I want to show you all you guys some stuff. Tonight's a big one, yeah. Larry, thank you so much for coming in.
Larry.
Who else do we do? I missed anybody? Okay, I think I've got everybody. Let's take a look before we get into it. I want to show you a few things. I had a couple of these issues from before. I'm not going to show everything. I posted a haul video. I bought a lot of Superboys and a lot of adventure comics. I'm only going to show you the 4. So I do have these 4. So it's 191, 193, 195, 197. So I'll make myself full screen just so you can kind of. So here you go. That's the first one we're doing.
That's the haul, buddy. I love it.
Oh, it's great. Next one. This one I just picked up yesterday.
You passed me up on Superboy. I have a lot of these, but I've had gaps here and there, but you passed me up, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. I got a bunch of them now.
Yeah.
Look at that. Beautiful. And I've got multiple of these. This is my beater copy. I have like a rough copy, like a reader copy. And then I've got the other. So there you go.
It all starts right there.
Yep, this is the big one. So I've got a few of these. I wanted to show this too. I brought this. So Sean got me this. Hold on, let's show this too. So I'm gonna take this out.
I'm so jealous of that one. I have the other 2. I think there are at least 2 or 3 like these what's the Wayfair or whatever these
Mayfair, yeah.
modules, Mayfair, whatever it is. I have a couple of them. I don't think I have that one though.
So Sean got me this one just the other day as a gift. So this is the Legion of Superheroes. So These are modules.
Yeah.
They're modules for a role-playing game, DC role-playing game. Now this was in competition with the TSR Marvel Advanced and Basic sets. At that time I was mostly I only played Marvel Advanced, the TSR Marvel Advanced. I never got into the DC one. This is a 2D10 system. Marvel was also 2D10, but it was easier. It's more chart based. This one felt more complicated. So I am going to go ahead and grab these other modules. I think you can get all these on Drive Through RPG as PDFs for like very cheap. Basically, it gives you a module. So it gives you a story. This is like Dungeons and Dragons, but like with superheroes. There's PCs as well. So you got character options. You got Chameleon Boy, Dawnstar, Phantom Girl, Quizlet. Is that how you say that person's name?
I love Quizlet.
Quizlet. We haven't been introduced.
You're a long way away from Quizlet, but yeah.
Sun Boy and Ultra Boy are your selectable characters, and there's extra vehicles and stuff that you can get as well. So it takes you through the different encounters. I think it's a 10 encounter setup. I typically run my own games when I DM or GM, whatever. So we're actually playing Spelljammer tomorrow. But it gives you everything on here. It's got some nice art. I always like the art in these books. It gives you like some maps.
Steve Lytle, Greg LaRocque art. I love it.
Here's Dawnstar. This is awesome. It's a nice.
Yep, that's a James Sherman, Jack Gable.
So these are really good. It's a pretty good game. I've found a playlist on YouTube that's going to explain the rules, and I'll get some of the PDFs. Looks like it's a lot of fun. The only RPG I ever got for DC was one that used a dice pool.
Oh,
Dice pool RPGs, that's weird.
I've got the Watchmen ones, and I've got the couple of the Legion ones. I don't have that one though.
Yeah, I have seen those. Oh, super chat. Hold on a second.
Classic Comics.
And Classic Comics here. How's it going? Skeptic. Oh, thanks so much for the super chat, buddy. The new costume is perfect. You know it. Oh, no, stop it. You gave me a super chat, so I have to give you a salute. Hold on a second. Before I destroy you, I am gonna salute you. That's just the kind. I'm gonna give you the real, ladies and gentlemen, the real Superman.
Yes, real deal.
But thanks so much, Skeptic Man. I always appreciate you, and I know you're a good-natured guy. And you know we're just having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But Legionnaire Classic Comics is in the house. If the face rip system, I love the face rip stuff. I played that for years. You got the Legion RPG, nice. That is awesome. In terms of complexity, it wasn't as simple as the. I thought so, and I know CC is a big RPG guy, and I remember as a kid thinking this looks complicated. And I liked the Marvel one better. It's not I like Marvel or DC better. I don't care. I like both, though Superman's my favorite character. It seemed complicated. But it's probably not complicated for me now that I've played a bunch of things. Just as a kid, it seemed complicated.
Yeah, it's like you can get all these, as you said, like on PDF. I just thought it was cool to own like the thing, right?
No, this is cool to have at least a Legion one. So there you go. That's perfect. All right, so we do have a lot to talk about, but we are going to address. I mean, this dropped, so we have to talk about it because the channel is Superman. Really, I know we're doing Legion, but
that's close enough to Superman.
It's close enough. I mean, I'll put the graphic up. It's going to pretty much give it away, but let's just put the graphic up anyways. So maybe if we can, how would I like? What if I do this?
How spectacular, James Gunn. Let's have Superman putting on his boots at normal human speed.
Yes,
because he's grounded just like us, you know.
Yeah.
Superman doesn't just slip into the costume immediately. He has to sit down on a chair because he's an old man.
Yes.
My grandfather.
There's a plane crashing. Let me put my boots on really quick.
Yeah, this is very exciting because it looks like it's really action packed. There's not a superhero pose. As garbage as that Brandon Routh costume was, at least he had a Superman pose.
Right, he was a pose. This guy's like, I'm putting
like
on my boots. The thrill as Superman puts on his boots.
This looks
overly
amazing.
Complicated, raised, ridgy galoshes.
Yeah, okay, hold on a second. My grandfather used to sit down and put his shoes on. He was 85.
Yeah,
this is terrible. Stop it.
Too, but yeah.
No, stop it. Stop.
Yeah,
like,
well,
even if
my boots on.
Like, stop.
Didn't the older Superman go through like a revolving door and he comes out and
hey
Jim, that's a bad outfit. Like,
hey Jim, Jim? That's great. Watching you put on your boots.
Yeah.
See,
shout out
on your boots. Yeah.
Yep. Shout out to IKEA for the wonderful chair that they've provided Superman to sit in, or Crate and Barrel, or wherever you guys. I know what you guys have there. We have IKEA. I love the IKEA chair. I'm actually gonna. I think this is an ad for the IKEA chair. So be prepared. Please follow. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and Twitter because I'm going to be posting a lot of these great images. I'm going to start doing. I'm going to do IKEA ads. This chair's at IKEA. It's going to be hilarious. I'm going to really milk the crap out of this photo.
That collar's garbage.
Collar's garbage.
Here's nothing. It's great to put the trunks by, but if you ruin everything else, who cares about the trunks? I'm all for putting the trunks back. Glad he did, but really, I don't give a shit. I mean, everything else looks like crap, putrid. I mean, maybe the colors aren't as muted as I originally thought they were, but they're not great. They're still too dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's beat up in this one, so he's damaged. So we'll see. You know what's another thing? I'm going to remove this for a second, and just so we can talk. You know what's another thing? And I can ask your guys' opinion on this actually. So I've been reading these Superboys. I love Superboy and Legion and all that. Do you like the indestructible costume?
I do.
I think it's neat.
I never thought of it until like I was older, and I was like, yeah, I guess it that is the thing. And to me, it's part of the lore. So when it was torn up and stuff when he was dying, I was like, I get the dramatic effect, but
Byrne got rid of it.
Superman fight him, not
Byrne got rid of it.
Ripped shirt guy.
It didn't have any. It didn't have an indestructible costume. I mean,
yes,
it wasn't from Krypton. He used to always Byrne remember he postulated the theory that his powers prevent almost like an aura, like a force field type thing that makes part of the invulnerability. But he used to have him get his costume get ripped up all the time.
Now I went back and I reread Man of Steel, and he does say the reason it's skin tight is so that it becomes part of the aura, but the cape can get torn. So only in the first few issues. Yeah. In the first few issues, I don't know when it started to get torn in Byrne's run, but I know obviously in Death of Superman it did, but that's because of the power of what's his face, Doomsday. But I think Byrne said, if I remember correctly from Man of Steel, that as long as it's skin tight, the aura protects the costume, but not the cape. So the cape can be torn, but the costume can't be. But then the whole thing was what you're saying, Sean. The dramatics is, well, shit, Doomsday.
Yeah, he's
ripped it. So that's pretty crazy. So even the garbage, well, you're saying the garbage Byrne thing. I'm saying the okay Byrne thing because I like the Byrne thing. Yeah. Even that still had the real costume. I just pulled up the Man of Steel issues for a video I made. He had the real costume with the yellow S on the cape on the back. It had the proper collar with the cape being tucked in kind of in the shoulder, in the shoulder blades here. It wasn't like sometimes like Christopher Reeve, sometimes it's like it's kind of tucked in back because they couldn't really get it to exactly go. So there's some tweaks here and there. But basically, if you guys have I guess here, you can see Superboy like in my corner here in my layout. That's the costume. Like that's what it is.
It's Kryptonian material.
Like I don't,
Yeah, but so I like a bit vulnerable, a powerful. I mean, obviously. Somebody, even though I don't like Doomsday, I mean, someone with that kind of power can rip it up. It's one thing, but
not anybody,
not just anything. Burn sucks. Any bit of revisionism ever happened, it's all his fault. He started it anyway. Speaking of good stuff, though, Superboy.
Oh, J-Man, are you frozen or are you?
Oh my God, he is frozen.
Oh, I think he is. Oh, I thought that Rictus grin was like he was really happy, but
he'll be back.
And overheated. That's what he said. So
yeah, okay. Superman's comics only went off.
Yeah.
Yep. The comics. Well, yeah. As far as screwing around with his costume, that's when it started. I mean, in the media for sure. It was Bryan Singer.
Bryan Singer, yeah. No, I remember that because when you think back, everyone had a costume that was very Superman-ish. Like we talked a bit about. I got the bar in my way again.
Oh my, where are you, Sean?
But Dean Cain and stuff. What bothered me about Dean Cain was when he was Superman, his hair was gelled back, and
I hate
somehow
that look.
It was regular when he was I don't know if he sneezes into his hand and does this, or I don't know.
When that wet blue costume was kind of bugging me.
Yeah,
but at least it was the right design. It didn't screw around that much.
Right.
It just could have. It was a little bit shiny.
Right.
For my
but that's taste. When they were making the blue darker. Was that series?
Maybe the ladies like that,
Yeah.
They like him in that shiny costume, but I guess because it was the Harlequin Adventures of Superman. Right. Anytime you make a show and you put Lois's name before Superman, I'm not into it. I'm not feeling that.
Clark, yeah.
Ugh.
It was a big deal for a couple of years. They had some good guest stars, but I was always disappointed. Like, why are there not villains and stuff? And like Superman was becoming hot in the comics, and like they didn't really reflect that, other than the wedding, which killed the series. Because there's no tension anymore. So
the stories were very mundane, not worthy of Superman.
Yeah,
which was
actually Gang is just a gang.
It was exactly.
Yeah,
which was, by the way, that was true of the George Reeves series, but they had more of an excuse. They didn't. There's no way with any and no budget at all, and it was like it reflected the 50s. And I mean, I used to bitch about that, but I still love that show because he's so cool.
Yes,
but it's true. He was just fighting gangsters and shit all the time.
Yeah, although one of the best episodes is Crime Wave, when he gives daily press conferences and he's scratching out guys' names as he catches them.
yeah. This is cool. Isn't it? Panic in the Sky is great.
Yeah. Yes, Panic in the Sky is classic. Yeah,
but Yeah, the super, like we were talking about. In fact, I was talking about with Jay before, and when we first came, before we were on.
Yeah.
Largely for the first 60 to 70 years, almost 60 something years, the costume was barely tweaked that much.
Yeah.
Once a little bit here and there, barely needed to evolve that much from its early stages. A little bit, not compared to some other characters at all. Right. I remember about a year or two ago on my buddy Nick Weiser's channel, the gang and I, we said, we're going to look, there was this article that said every single Batman costume, every single one. And it was very meticulous. It was like 500 freaking variations. So over the course of like 3-4 weeks, we all looked at them and called, which was a lot of fun. We were goofing on them, whatever, and talking about which ones we liked. So you can't do that with Superman, but Batman, it really, it went all over the place, especially later in the 90s, 80s, whatever, whatever.
It's because he hides it a lot with the cape, though. That's his thing.
Yes.
Right? He's in the shadows.
So many crazy versions of the Batman costume. Superman wasn't so much. Like I said, the variations aren't exact. They're more subtle. And it's just, he's the first superhero for a reason.
Once they hit upon that classic S design, because there are other designs before that, but like once they hit upon that, it just stayed like that through the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, etc. Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Yep.
This is like so messed up.
Shit happens.
Okay, so I'm on my laptop, which is like not really great, but we'll try to do this anyways.
You want me to share the? See if I can.
Yeah, you want to share it, Club? You want to do the sharing? And I'll remove this black bar from my face.
Let's see if I can find it here.
Trying to get my other computer back on. Sorry, guys.
Shit happens, dude. Let's see. 191, right?
Yeah, 191.
Let's see. Found it.
I don't know what happened. It's like it's my computer's actually overheating. That's what's happening.
Is the fan just like blasting into the desk or something? Or
I've got the fan on top of the thing.
Oh, okay, good.
Oop, but it's something wrong. Try it again.
But
I'm at the wrong.
Hey, Philip, how's it going?
There we go. Sorry. Did it work?
Thanks for popping in, man.
Yeah, you just gotta add it as well.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You're good.
All righty. Let's see. Everyone see it okay?
Yep, we see it.
Okay, let me get to the story. Oh, this site's gotten wonky on me for the past couple of days.
Oh yeah.
It always pops something up. It's got weird. It doesn't look like the ads that does for you.
Right.
Jay, but I'll start moving the thingy down and it'll pop up a new site like that. Like, what is wrong with you? Stop it up.
Yeah.
Damn it. Alrighty then. So there we go. Let's see here. We ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. We have Superboy, volume only. Number 191. Cover by the great Nick Cardy. That is October 1972. Legion of Superheroes, Attack of the Sun Scavenger. Writer, Cary Bates. Penciler, the great penciler and inker, the great Dave Cockrum. Inker, Ben Oda. No other credits available, I'm afraid. So, well, we are.
All
Legion
right.
of Superheroes. A new tale. Look, new costumes, babies.
Yes.
You'll note Timberwolf. Make note of this. He's here right now.
Yeah.
With a new costume, sort of. Jackie's got the same. Lightning Lad, pretty much the same, but Sunboy's got a new costume. Whoa. Look who else has a new costume. Shadowlass. And I guess Dream Girl.
Dream Girl, yeah.
Dream Girl, yeah. So, yeah, there you go. It's a birthday party. And apparently, Sunboy's 11 years old.
Yeah.
The same as the 17 to 18-year-old for us. Because you know what century this is.
What century
30th.
is it? 30th. Are you crazy?
30th. Not the 16th. Not the 47th. But the 30th.
Right.
All right. So Yes, sir. Go ahead. Just take it away, Sean. Unless you, or Jay,
well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, big birthday party. All of a sudden, all hell breaks loose, and some dude breaks through with an awesome costume, by the way. And he's like, "Oh, I'm the reason." It's like Dr. Regulus. Now he's got this wicked costume, and he's got powers that are better than Sunboy. And once again, we're going back to: is Sunboy supposed to just light up, or is he supposed to be a heat guy? Like, but anyway,
it's heat now.
He's heat now, yeah. But like he's supposed to be radiance before, but
right.
So he's like destroying people, and Sunboy just punches him just a bit and knocks him out, and it was like, good work, man. All this stuff is dynamic. I love the
Dave
and all that stuff.
We have hit a Legion peak, folks. Dave Cockrum, one of the greatest.
Yeah,
and it's one of his earliest works, by the way. Some of his earliest work.
Yeah,
taken from us too soon. Yep.
Yeah.
Knocks him in the gut, knocks him out.
Yeah, knocks him out. He's like, grant me my dying wish. This is obviously a trap, but you're so stupid, you're going to fall for it. Take me to the sun and bury my ashes there, and then make my body turn to ashes there, like it's my last request. Like, sure, I'm an idiot. I'll do it,
What could go wrong?
Yeah, so yeah, he does this. Sunboy isn't really like the arrogant dude here. He's just basically just a guy pushing through a story. Like there's no real like his personality and stuff.
Yeah, like typically he's been really mean or stupid or whatever, but like he's pretty good here.
Yeah.
Well, this is Carrie Bates trying to get a handle on but the characters you can notice just with him starting, just like a little bit with Shooter. Characterization, he's trying to bring it slowly or back towards a more level-headed, not like less crass characterization, I believe.
Right.
Yeah. And so there's a 3-panel origin here.
Origin recap.
Yeah, it's like like revenge, basically.
Yes, to Regulus.
And then we've got the Not Enterprise. On the next,
yes,
the Nodder Prize.
This is Carrie Bates. His love for Star Trek is obvious. This is, and again, it's not too long after. Like I said, Star Trek itself. I mean, was on the air. This is like 1971, 72. So it's fresh in the minds. He was a kid watching it. He's bringing his Star Trek fandom in a sense to his stories.
Yeah, basically,
I love that shit. I love Legion cruisers. Those old Legion cruisers.
It's cool looking. And so he's like, Sunboy's like, listen, I gotta do this, take responsibility and all that. And Cosmic Boy's like, sure, whatever. So he goes and he goes to the sun, and nice little layout there with the sun in the background, pretty cool. Yes. And the Nodder Prize there, and he puts Dr.
Regulus. He's got Warbnail cells even.
Yeah. He's got Dr. Regulus in his awesome costume, in a little cell going out into the sun, and surprise, it recharges him, it revives him.
Yeah, that's like, gee, I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Yeah, he can only don those superpowers for like 3 weeks or something like that, and he has to go back. And then Shadowlass and what is it?
Lightning Lad are there.
Yeah, Lightning Lad. They figured it was a trap. Rather than tell their friend about this, they're like, let's put him in harm's way and just store ourselves in little coffin things, and then so they come out and help.
Yep.
And then they use their powers pretty cool. It's like Shadowlass does the whole like darkness thing and all that. And Lightning Lad does his electric powers, which is pretty cool here. Everyone has fun drawing the lightning in their own way,
Yes. He's a lot more powerful than he used to be. By
yes.
hour.
Yeah. I forgot he has his human arm back, or I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
He got his arm back. They grew one back for him, didn't they?
Yes. And then Sunboy does the same move he did before. And I love
that. That's cool. So great action. Man, I love Dave Cockrum. The end. It's a very short story.
Yep.
Yeah.
And oh man,
these are short, but it's like action packed.
It's action packed, and I gotta say, the scan of these colors is really good. Like it's not a faded thing from 1970, right? So
right.
Yeah.
They probably. I don't know if they got this out of the archives or what. They may have scanned it out of the archives because it doesn't have ads except for that one little ad there.
Yeah.
I don't know where they got these. I've got this is one. I've got all 4 tonight on this one. I wonder how good this is. 191.
They use a lot of these when they scan from a regular old comic. They don't look too great.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good scan, but it don't look like it's a recolored archive either. So I don't know.
No, but like I was seeing Band-Aid dots or anything.
But this is whoever does this one. I think this is probably from a regular comic book that's in good shape, but they snipped the ads except for this one ad because it was on the same page.
Yeah,
right.
Whereas some of them just leave the ads, and it's kind of fun when they leave the ads.
Right.
But it's not like this is taken from a trade or a hardcover like a lot of these scans are. It just depends on, like, a lot of stuff you'll get one and they're really super clear with new crisp colors, and you can tell it's from a trade that they downloaded, like a collection.
Yeah, they just scanned it, or you can filter, like if I scan this and I can apply better colors to it and stuff like that as well. So there is that. If someone wants to go through every single page, and
it's all different because you'll find, I mean, in 3-4 issues from now, whatever, or 8 issues from now, or 10, somebody else put them on there rather than this guy, and they'll have all the ads in them. Yeah. Or because every one of these stories that we're looking at right now, every one of them, and everyone going forward has been collected in something.
Right.
There's none, even the Grell ones, even after that. Now, officially, all of them have been collected. Even the whole, up at least somewhere close to the back, into the Baxter run. So maybe not quite into that, but close. So the Baxter run, none of this one, but beyond the Great Darkness saga, up until past that, it's been collected. In fact, right after the Great Darkness saga. So, yet some of these are on there with ads and stuff, which tells me they haven't always taken these from the collections. But anyway, that was quick.
That was quick. Done. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on to the next one. So 193 is the next one. If you want to go to the next one, I don't want to have two. So I got my computer back. It's back to being okay now. But
you want to do it, or you want me to do it?
No, I want you to do it, because worst case scenario, I've got 2 of me. I can add me again. So I've got my spare laptop here, which I can come back on, and if I need to.
Well, what she's stupid. Whatever they did to this. Oops, messed it up.
You want me to do it?
Well, no, I get it. I guess just got to go back onto it now because these idiots have done something to this site. I mean, it still doesn't have the pop-up like yours does, but it has the damn. I mean, I will click on something and it'll pop up another site that's right. X out real quick.
It doesn't like this. See, I'm going to get a new computer because this one overheats. And I've got a fan turned up full blast on it, and it like literally on the thing, and it's still overheating. And it's like, really? Wow. So I have to buy a new computer.
Gotcha.
But this computer was $600, and it's only 2 years old.
Hauser.
So that seems pretty crazy. All right, ready for the next one?
All right, pulling it up. Hang on, I'll get to it here.
I got that one. And I've been reading all the Superboy stories for these. They're all a lot of fun.
This is a bit of a lesser, it's an okay scan, and again, it has no ads.
The Legion story looks a little bit more.
Yeah, it looks way better, right? And it's different proportions, so they took it from something else.
This is smaller.
Yeah.
But yeah. So here we go. Superboy, volume only number 193, February 1973, covered by the great Nick Cardy. Writer, the great Cardy Bates, penciler. Sorry, that's the first story. Bob Brown and Murphy Anderson on the first one. We still should give them credits. But the War Between the Nights and Days, Legion of Superheroes story. Writer, the great Cardy Bates, penciler and inker, the great Dave Cockrum, and no other credits available on this story. So, a new tale of the Legion of Superheroes. Superboy says, I can't really be bothered to go into the future anymore. They're boring. I like it back in my time. I don't like the 30th century that much, but I just want to make sure that y'all know that it is the 30th century in the year 3000.
You got to get a little machine here. This is almost, I'm not going to say this is a Kirby machine. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a Kirby machine, but
Yeah.
it's looking pretty good.
It's funny you mentioned that. This is not the only thing in this issue where Cochran went a little Kirby on us.
Oh,
But yeah, it's Kirby. It's a Kirby-ish machine. Subtle,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Got a good little Karate Kid. with
Look
the
at this. New costumes, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Brainiac
Ooh.
5. Brainiac and Karate
And the high
Kid.
collar Karate Kid.
I love it.
This is the first Karate Kid costume I ever saw, so I love it.
Yeah.
I love it also, man. And it's not the first Karate Kid costume I've seen, but I love it.
First one I saw because I guess it was years after it came out when I first saw it. So let's see. Anyway, war between the nights and the days. Basically, the fabulous headquarters of the Legion of Superheroes, an organization of super. Oh, by the way, if you, Sean or Jay, you want to do it, you can. I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter. You gotta go for it. Yeah. So you got the nights and days. It's the two factions. This is like a Star Trek.
Yeah.
This is a heavy Star Trek inspired story, man.
So much. Everything he does is. By the way, and thanks to Nick Pascal for the ideas, says Gary Bates.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
Whoever Nick Pascal is.
Yeah, they keep crediting people. It's like
Imagine
do
that.
that now. But
What is this? This isn't DC Comics. They're not yelling at fans.
That's not very Stanley of them.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Take the idea and
trying to go anti-Stan Lee on us, eh? Oh, I'll see how that.
So Brainy basically is giving a lecture telling them they've got to go to this planet. I'll let you do it, Sean, because you read it.
I was going to say,
or Jay, either one of you.
I was going to say, like, this panel really got me because other than Karate Kid, because I know who Karate Kid is.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, who aren't these? Oh, it's supposed to be Chameleon Boy and like.
No, this became the who's who. It's
Chameleon
like,
Boy.
here we go, Shrinking Violet.
New
Because you start to
costume.
think, you're like, okay, so
Shrinking
green.
Violet.
It's got to be shrink because you think, okay, green. It's got to be Shrinking Violet, but her hair's all new. Chameleon Boy, we can tell. It's like, okay, this is Chameleon Boy.
No,
and then
Chameleon Boy to me was the most changed.
Yeah,
because
he's
got that red costume and everything. And it's like I could only tell from the antenna. I was like, oh shoot, okay.
Yeah,
very 70s. Love it.
Yeah.
Sorry, who is that guy again? Matter Eater? No, who's
That's Matter Eater Lad.
that's Matter Eater Lad? Yeah.
By the way, they don't say it in the comic.
They don't say it. Yeah.
But in the because I remember I hadn't seen this in forever, and I'm looking at going, who the hell is that? And I was trying to remember since I kept reading in the comic. They don't say it, but in the in the database, they list Matter Eater Lad as being in the comics. So 2 + 2 = 4. That's Matter Eater Lad. Now, I guess he always had a green costume that I'll ever remember, but for some reason will they show that costume again? Not in this comic, I don't think. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's Matter Eater Lad, like Fanty says, but just it don't last for long. Nevertheless, I love the art.
This is all good. Yep.
Yep.
So now he's kind of explaining the planet and how there's the nights and the days and they're against each other and their color scheme and all of that stuff, which is going to play a factor in the story as well, which is kind of neat. On trying to pick. I love how he's picking the 2 Legionnaires and it's like, why is there only 2 of us?
Yep. Although technically in a way there's 3, but yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That's correct.
So yes, he sends Chameleon Boy and we'll see.
Yep. So there's a war between the nights and days, and then
on a planet,
Duo Damsel shows her new costume, which is going to come in handy because we've got a purple and orange side.
Yeah. And I guess Nick Pascal must have been one of those guys who suggested the costume. Maybe he's the one that suggested to do a damsel costume. Remember we saw that a while back, a couple issues ago, where it breaks off into 2 different colors.
I like that, actually.
Yeah. So he's probably going, guys, I think she's hot and all, but Don't you think I should have a little bit more power with me on that one? I know what I'm doing.
Chameleon Boy, you bastard, is like, you better take what you can get, all right? You know?
Yeah, you can't like give me any kind of super powered backup.
Man, what a punk.
So here we are again in a more silver looking Legion cruiser. Captain's log, stardate unknown. I now have strange changing powers, and I got a chick that can turn into two. I'm doing pretty good here.
It's a bit of it looks like a bit of a Klingon. It's a mesh between a Klingon and the Enterprise. It's got a little bit of both.
It's got a saucer section.
Yeah.
It's got that Klingon middle, like with the long neck.
Yes,
but it's got nacelles.
Right.
Yeah. We'll see more of a bird of prey later, but yeah.
Yeah. So talking about basically it's a editor's note, by the way. Do you dig the new costumes of Karate Kid, Chameleon Boy, Duo Damsel, and Streaking Violet? And how about the guy in the red? Who's he?
Yeah, they'll mention him. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he is a Mad Reader lad, but they don't say it in the comic.
Yeah.
So what am I? Chopped liver? No, you eat things.
You eat chopped liver. No, so she splits up into the orange and blue. So the one side's kind of primary color that they use is purple, and the other side is orange. So she can actually fit into both sides.
Right. That Brainiac 5 is Clevely. He's Cleveler, isn't he?
Large piece of shit fell off.
No one likes me.
So Duo Damsel gets like attacked here like immediately by this monster.
This bird. He just likes hot chicks. So she's flying off and she gets captured for her bird. The other one, however, lands and finds a bunch of guys ready to worship her. So they bring her to see the king. Look at this there. How Kirby is that? Look, that's very Kirby.
Yes, that is Kirby.
So
the inspiration.
Yeah.
Even almost a little crackle right there too.
Yeah.
Crackle, Kirby crackle right there.
Mm.
These guys all learn from the best.
Put some crackle in there, man. Get some crackle going in this comic here. What the hell?
Maybe some snap and pop too. But yeah.
Get some crackle going here. Let's do this. Let's do this right.
So it turns out the bird, who's fortunately talons didn't rip her to shreds, was just trying to take care of her and protect her and bring her to see good old King, whatever his name is.
I like her boots here with this. I like the I really like that side where it showed like
that's beautiful right there.
That's really cool. I like that a lot.
Smoking hot.
Yeah, spotlight on Duo Damsel. Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, all the ladies like super leveled up in these costumes. Like everyone's way better now.
Oh, gotta love the 70s for costumes.
Yeah, these are all great.
Oh, for girl costumes. For dude costumes, it can be weird sometimes. Even though some of them are good, but for the girl costumes, the 70s, oh my goodness.
Yeah, this guy's a Kirby character too. This is all like the both these factions.
Yeah.
He's got the big stash here. That's awesome.
Yep. Look, it's almost a mini Kirby collage right here.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that too.
Right. I was confused by that. I was like, what's happening here? Is it supposed to be darker or?
Well, I don't know if they would let Dave get away with too much, but
yeah,
he said, I'm going to do like a page. What is it? Success. Brady's Hypno Flasher is temporarily put him under my command. It's like the Hypno thingy, but it's weird looking. I don't know what he did. How he did that. And by the way, we'll take you to the Twilight Zone. Wow.
Yes.
Just says the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, you're a Muslim uncle. What's going on, man?
Hey, you're a Muslim.
Long live the legend.
Hey, your Muslim uncle. Have gotten will travel is the card of a man.
Oh, I was wearing my Brainiac shirt the other day to the comic store, and I was walking out, and it's all construction, so I had to walk across the street to where I parked. And some dude with a Wolverine, like an older guy with a Wolverine shirt, walking his dog, is like, hey, nice Brainiac shirt. And I'm like, oh, thanks, man. And he's like, ooh. I was wondering, like, does that guy know what he's wearing? And I'm like, yeah, I know. I know what this is, man.
Yeah. A guy in a Wolverine shirt. Oh, good.
Super sticker. Oh, thank you so much,
excellent.
Uncle. So what does it look like? Hold on, I can't see it from. It doesn't show up in StreamYard, so I have to go to the.
What? Oh, I'll look for it.
Okay, so it says "Hey you," and it's like a little guy spinning around.
Hey.
That's really cool. I like that. That's really cute.
Peace be on you, my friend. He's a good dude. Your Muslim uncle.
All right, let me give you the. I'll give you. Do you want the Wonder Woman? I'll give you the Superman salute. It's Superman time. I'll give you the Superman salute.
Superman Day.
It is Superman. Yes. Thank you for that sticker. That was awesome. All right, continue on. Okay, so what's going on here? So they're trying to work two sides and get them to sort of come up with some sort of solution because they're scared that there's going to be a nuclear war, basically, right?
They're going to mess up the sun.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Wasn't it the sun? They were like,
maybe it was this. Yeah.
Or maybe it's some.
No, all the planets there are connected, and so if you destroy one, then all the other ones will just go into the sun.
Right.
Right. There you go.
Some of these, and everyone's scared of nuclear war, so this is
it was
yet another parable. Yeah.
Little on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite. I mean, a little bit though. Yeah. So there you go. And anyway, yep. And we have good old duo. This is hilarious. I mean, she was at Brainiac Center with a machine. An interesting panel again.
Yeah.
That will take over the dude's mind.
Yes, he made like a hypnotizing machine or something.
I've been hypnotized.
I'm going to hypnotize you.
So she brings him, and they both kidnap both of the kings, the king of the nights, king of the deeds of the day. Because half these people live on the night side, and now they're on the day side. Some whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You must be twins, except for the uniforms. Your sister is wearing the color of my hated enemy, but she still looks kind of hot, I must admit.
She brought them to so they brought them together under false pretenses, saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to do all this thing," and then they come up. And this is like a Three's Company episode here. So they all meet up here. It's like, wait a minute, I didn't know he was going to be. I didn't know she was going to be here. So they meet up, and then now the one side's got the weapon to blow everybody up. And Chameleon Boy is going to have to, do something. Like, what is he going to do in this issue? I don't know. What's he going to do? What's he going to do in this issue? I don't know.
So these guys just want to fight.
Yep.
The first part of my mission was successful. I tricked the knights into deactivating their nuclear vessels.
The vessels, the vessels.
Now I have to fool the days. I hear they're pretty gullible. Editor's note, reader. Can you guess how he pulled that stuff? No, I can't even.
No, I can't guess at all. Skeptic guessed it. Chameleon.
He used the seed vision, right? He turned into a giant, right? No, what did he do? He used lightning. No, I don't know. You got me.
Yeah, why reason with people when you just brainwash them? Like,
that whole thing. It's like they just brainwash them. That's it. It's like it
didn't last.
Well, the assumption is that everything's going to be okay. This is the love conquers all ending or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. But, of course, he went over there and pretended to be the boss of each side.
We've got a bomb. It's a No, it's not a it's a bomb.
It's a
because he's holding a thermal nuclear. What is a thermal detonator?
Thermal detonator.
Yeah, thermal detonator. The great illustrious Jabba asks why he must pay. Because he's holding a thermal detonator. This
back when it was cool.
Yeah, remember when it was cool?
It was Bosch, but
yeah, this bounty hunter's my kind of scum or whatever. It's like
so. Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty curt, if you'll pardon the word. Yes. Like they end up. Oh, you know what? I guess we shouldn't probably destroy each other's asses or whatever, because it'd be bad. And Chameleon Boy said, I tricked their silly asses.
That's it. Chameleon Boy.
I said that.
So one guy was brainwashed into and then one guy was brainwashed, and then the other character, Chameleon Boy, just impersonated that character and told him to shut down the bombs or whatever. So, I mean. Some days can't get rid of a bomb. You're right.
That's right. But we should say it the right way. Some days just can't get rid of a bomb. Yeah. I had Adam West say that for me on recorded it. I wish I still could find the tape somewhere.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
I think a friend of mine still has the tape buried somewhere. He's not sure, but he knew the line too. This was 1986, mind you.
That's awesome. Well, we saw the voice of Wolverine from X-Men '97. He was at the toy show.
He's talking to us in the line. Yeah,
I talked to him in the line.
Oh, nice. About it. It's like it's awesome, isn't it? It's great. You know,
So that was pretty cool.
The way Wes delivered it, though, was a little bit different from the movie because he was cracking up, and that made it even more endearing. Some days you just can't. I gave him the prompt, and he got the rest. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. That Adam West laugh was perfect.
Yeah.
FK sent me something. Oh, get on with it. Okay. Sorry, FK sent me something on Facebook.
What? Get on with it?
That was probably when we weren't getting on with it.
Oh yeah. Let's by all means get on with it.
You've been getting on with it,
Tim.
man.
We're getting on with it.
We're getting on with it. All right. Next one is 195.
Stop laughing at stuff and stop having humor.
Yeah.
All right. So
next one is 195.
Basically, yeah. He said
That's
it's been a hard day's night was the name of this episode.
Yes.
What is it? 195?
195.
Damn
next.
It.
That's okay. I removed. I figured that would happen, so I removed it. So so some people are still. I'm still getting massive amounts of messages.
Got it.
Oh, you got it. All right. Let's go back to it.
No, it doesn't. When it does it, it pops out in the window. It doesn't change anything on there.
Oh, okay.
So
you just have to reshare it, though, right?
No, it just pops out in the window. That's annoying.
Oh, okay.
So, let's see. What are they complaining about? Your messages?
No, I posted a picture of the Superman costume.
Oh, Lord.
And I said, and I posted a poll. I said, "Is it? What do you think?" And I put great, and then in brackets, "You're not a real Superman fan, and you don't know anything."
You are.
And then I put garbage. You actually have intelligence.
Whoa! They call me a troll.
I love it, and everyone knows I love it. I love arguing. And I did send you guys. I posted on X my how to respond to trolls the J-Man way on Twitter, and I got a lot of good feedback from that one. Some guy said I tuned into. He goes, I just clicked on your video to thumbs down it. So I said, thank you so much. I was like, commenting and watching the video count as engagement. Thumbs down is only to let me know that you don't like my content. The best thing you can do is share my video, but the second best thing to do is to actually click on it and comment. So thank you so much for doing that. It's like, yeah, thumbs down all you want, buddy. It doesn't mean anything.
Yep, we lock it either way. You don't have to lock us. We lock you, boy. So here we got 195. Let's see. Superboy, volume only, number 195.
That's true.
June 1973 cover date.
We're getting there, Mark. We're getting there.
We're getting there, buddy. I
don't know.
Cover artist, the great Nick Cody. The first story, which is a Superboy story, Carrie Bates, Bob Brown, Murphy Anderson, the greats. Second story, the one-shot hero for the Legion of Superheroes. Writer, the great Carrie Bates. Penciler, the great Dave Cockrum. Oh, my goodness. Ink by the great Murphy Anderson. Ben Oda with the letters. Murray Bolton is the editor. Let's see. And they called him Erg One, but only this one. And they called him soon to be Wildfire. So, my goodness. Like I said, everybody, I'm biased. My favorite Legionnaire, not named Mon-El or Superboy, is right here.
Yeah.
And he is soon to go. Right now, he's not Wildfire. He's Erg One, but by the way, there's some crazy powers in this. But
yeah.
Nevertheless, so you call yourself Erg One. Don't you think that's kind of a dorky name, son? Well, screw you guys. I can't be called Wildfire yet. They haven't thought of it yet.
Yeah, give me a break.
Hey, they said, you sure? Wildfire sounds pretty cool. No, but that's in the future.
His costume looks awesome.
Oh, I
like, let's face facts.
Anytime anybody, you talk about costumes, it almost never screwed with till much later. When they did screw with it, in a run I liked, I hit the roof. I was like, don't ever touch Wildfire's costume. I mean, containment suit, ever. It's a freaking containment suit, and it needs to say exactly the same, or as close.
Right.
It's perfect. It's one of my favorite things in looks in all of comics.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
Anyway, and
all right.
Do you realize, Erg, that you'd have to be ready for action, blah, blah, whatever. I know the drawbacks of Monel, but screw you. I mean, no. So, anyway. Well, I'm sorry, he didn't say that. He didn't say that.
Yeah, he kind of says it.
He does kind of say it.
Notice a new costume, Phantom Girl.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, my God.
Chemical King and Colossal Boy.
Colossal Boy, yeah. That's the one I remember.
Colossal. Oh, that's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
Jackie's still the same, looks like. Yeah. So they're all God, I love this art. I love Cockrum, and man, Murphy Anderson just helps. I mean, Cockrum inking himself is wonderful, fantastic. You know, Murphy Anderson's just also great though. So
yeah.
So he's giving his origin. By the way, I highly recommend. Yep, so Kirby correctly. You're right. Yeah. I highly recommend Legion Superheroes 283, which is later, not number of years after this. He gives a more detailed, nuanced, and slightly amended origin for Wildfire. One of my favorite issues with a Jim Aparo cover.
Hold on. I wanted to show you guys this before I forget, and I just remembered just now. So 1 second, I'm going to put solo layout. I'm not going to go through all these because I did a video on it already, but I do want to show you a couple of important ones. I did get the First Element lad.
Oh,
cool.
Question mark lad.
Yep. And the First Fatal 5.
Oh my.
The quality. This is a pretty damn good condition.
That's a really nice copy, huh?
Yeah. Oh, so and this is the guy who pulled the comics for me out to the side.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to show. I got because I know I showed a lot of the Superboys, but I got a lot of adventure comics as well. And I just, as you were talking, I was like, oh yeah, I just got the First Fatal 5. I got to show that. So
nice.
Yeah, you're the only one that's getting those at these shows. And people are now, it used to be that you'd ask for it, no one really had them because I don't bring them to these shows, right? But now they're bringing them. You know?
They're bringing them for me, yeah. They know they're like, oh, that Superboy guy's going to do that. And I wore, I wore the bearded shirt, the full Superboy.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Chris Comic Vet was there, and he took panels, and you can see me in 2 seconds. Oh, there's Jay. So bring his full Superboy.
Nice. We have some Kirby Crackle.
Oh, I love it.
He's
made up of Kirby Crackle. Like Wildfire is a living Crackle.
Yes, sir. I guess why I've always loved him, by the way, is when he comes back. We'll get to that more in a few issues. Is that my favorite character. So Drake's a lot like him. He's a tragic guy. He's pure energy now. I mean,
yeah.
It just looks the coolest pure energy outfit you could ever have.
He's not the first pure energy guy, is he? Because that's
I don't think so. That would be probably Negative Man is sort of like that way, and some other ones. But I mean,
antisocial antimatter.
Captain Atom, I think, or
Yeah, well, at first he wasn't. Captain Atom wasn't pure energy at first, though.
No.
Although he kind of was, but it's complicated.
Yes, he should have been Curb 1.
Curb 1 would have been perfect.
That would have actually been really fun.
Yeah, it would have been funny. They'd have to find a way to justify it, but yeah.
Crackle 1.
For instance, I have the sight and hearing, though artificial, that would match Superboy's. Wow.
Do you think, can I ask you this? Do you know if when they've created this, I mean, before he's called Wildfire, whatever, because it seems like a lot this is 41 episodes, and we've seen a lot of random characters that have appeared and then they've gone away and just whatever. And none of them ever looked this awesome. Like, I'm trying to put myself in the position of reading this, because I did read the first one I read when I started based on your recommendation, Clobby, was actually 197.
Okay.
And then I went back, and now we've gone way back. But
way back.
If I'm reading this as a kid and I picked this up first time, I was like, holy shit, this guy's awesome. Like, and then he dies. You're like, oh, and I'm wondering, did they know that he was coming back? Because I feel like they really made a really cool origin, and they designed an amazing costume, because we've seen a lot of one-time appearance characters, and they're cheapy, they're shitty costumes. Let's face it. Like, it's just like, it's like a green and yellow guy. You're like, oh, okay.
Right.
Like, this is like very intricate. They've really thought through the powers of how they work and everything, and like the helmet and everything. And I'm like, well, this is a lot of work put into this guy that is just going to die in this one comic. So I wasn't. Isn't it crazy? No, but no. Thinking back, isn't that crazy? Like
it is. I think the fan response was just so amazing. They liked him. They probably weren't too fond of the names. I remember a lot of people. I was reading. This is a book Tomorrow's did a long time ago called Legion Outpost, which there was a fanzine back then called Legion Outpost, and Legion Outpost Companion, I think that they did reprinted a lot of the origins and a lot of the stuff from those fanzines and stuff like that. I seem to remember that, or a back issue as well, reading somewhere where fans, were nuts for Erg one, but they didn't like the name so much, but they loved the costume and they loved they loved the character and his story, as we'll find out here, and wanted him back. Yeah, wanted to see him again, because if we could look his energy, who knows what could happen with him. And fans just loved him, and so I think it was pretty much simple as that. It was a fan demand, big thing. Yeah. By the way, if you can ever get that, I don't know if I have that on digital. It might, but the Legion Outpost Companion, because there were Legion Outpost fanzine was going on around this time. But again, remember, they were reduced to a backup status, as we all know, until right now. This is the last backup.
Right.
The next one is they take over the title.
Yeah.
So they've been reduced to those action backups, and they weren't really doing much. And all of a sudden, boom, in Superboy, in a short time, you get the backups by Bates and Cockrum. Great art, changing the costumes to look more in touch with the times. And fans that's when I think when it really started catching on. And not to look, within about 5 or 6 issues or so, they take over the title.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's pretty amazing. And I think a lot of that's to do with the art. The stories were so much better at this point, and they became more and more popular. And Legion Outpost fanzine. Yeah, I mean,
I'll look and see if I can find any of those.
I'll see if I have it on digital, I'll get you the digital at least.
For sure, yeah. All right,
I have the book, and I bought it when it first came out. I just don't know if they did it digital or not. I'll have to check. Please.
I'll see. It's called Legion Outpost, right?
Legion Outpost Companion or something like that. It's
okay.
Tomorrow's. It's a great book. Been a while since I've looked at that. There's that, and of course there are other articles about this era of Legion in back issue. So here we go. He's basically demonstrating. He's giving his origin, as you all know, which was he fell into that energy thingy and became Kirby Crackle.
Yeah. And
now he's showing the Legion that he can use Chemical King type powers.
Right.
So like I see, he's got Superboy's hearing and vision. Chemical King, he can turn things into soda pops. No, I'm just kidding. Sodium. He can be giant. It can be giant like Colossal Boy or Shrinking Violet, shrinking powers. He can go through solid things. He sticks his hand through Phantom Girl. She just get your hand out of my head.
Yeah.
Love this shot right here of him flying doesn't need a flight ring. But then Monel said, well, I'll tell this jerk off. Wait a minute, you only duplicate her other powers? That's not good enough. So far, yes, but it may be able to. Yeah, it's like, man, well, Monel's not having any of that. I may be capable of more. So he said, you see, right now my abilities are still in the experimental stage. He said, we can't accept that excuse, you little. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, that excuse. Well, Monel's being a dick.
I know.
I'm afraid you're not Legion material. What? What? Yeah, he's a little out there. I love this panel right here. They got kids like wearing Captain Marvel and Superman shirts under.
Yeah, underoos.
I don't know what the hell this guy's supposed to be.
Professor Zoom.
Or this guy.
Oh no. Yeah.
But according to our rules, every member must possess a unique power. I don't know. I think a guy that could do all that should qualify. And so does Phantom Girl.
Yeah, but then he's like, I can't tell you what it is, and then immediately he's like, I'll show myself out.
Yeah,
he's like,
exactly.
Yeah, did you know Wildfire read previous issues of Adventure Comics? He knows that.
He knows they're all a bunch of jerk offs.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows. He's like, yeah, shit. Okay. Monel's like, well, you don't really have a unique problem. Well, yeah, okay. I'm out. I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll actually right there. What they forgot to write was, okay, Monel, You've convinced me. I'll tell you my other superpower. Okay, what is it? Super fashion power. That yellow collar of yours sucks. And no one will tell you but me because you're afraid that you'll hit him. It does. I hate the stupid yellow collar. What is it with collars? Why collars? Why?
I know.
Anyway.
Oh, that Jim Lee effect.
Yeah.
Jim Lee effect.
Exactly.
Well, he's the guy that designed the colors on all the DC guys.
He did. He's Screw 52 and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So here we go. All of a sudden, a big thingy SOS Planetary Federation. The Planetary Federation is sending an SOS. Come on. So he's like, you guys, is Monel usually this much of a dickwad? Well, it's been 1,000 years in the Phantom Zone. You know, we humor him.
Yeah.
But whoa, man, look at that new costume of Phantom Girl. Woo,
Yeah, whoa.
Oh
Bell
my.
bottoms and everything.
Oh yeah, the bell bottoms. So I'm really sorry, Erg. No matter what they say, I think you would have made a fine member since you could pretty much do what everybody can do. That's kind of
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll never know. I guess he's sad. He's a tragic figure, and I love him. He becomes a big hothead later, but I like it in a good way. So suggested ruthless. Oh, there was some kind of on this planet. What is it here? What happened?
There's an agricultural planet, and there's a big vacuum cleaner thing, monster.
Sucking
the planet out.
It's Spaceballs.
That came up in my head with the next story, but anyway,
the Space Hoover.
The Space Hoover.
Yeah.
And they go there in the cool, now for some reason purple.
The Star Trek.
Or the Enterprise.
Let's come up with a name for it, like Bird of Prey,
the
Legion
Prize, or I don't know.
Legion Prize. I like that.
The Leisure Prize or Leonard Prize?
Leisure Prize.
Leisure Prize.
That's good.
So they go there and they're like, look at the size of that thing. Cut the shadow red too. It's too big to be a space station.
Yeah.
So they're gonna go and
no space station.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems to me that Monel should be able to grab that thing with one hand and throw it away.
I thought that too. Like, this seems like Monel could have easily just TCB'd on this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take care of business.
Yes. But no.
Phantom Girl's like, I'll take care of this. Oh no. It's like, ow. Your face.
Can't phase for some reason. Ouchies. Oh, I love you, Phantom Girl. Oh my goodness.
You look good.
You look great. Yeah, she can't handle it. Giant Boy. Just kidding, Colossal Boy. He can't do it. I love that costume. Although they tweak this here and there, and pretty soon you're getting close to the weird one where he has no pants. But it was a short time. Wasn't as bad as Cosmic Always No Pants. Anyway, he gets oofed by the vacuum cleaner. Get out of my way, Giant Boy. Oh, it's curtains for in the 30th century. They still say it's Clayton's bus.
Like stuff sent a man in.
It's Clayton's for Colossal Boy.
Yeah, this is all really cool.
Yeah, very cool stuff. And
you could see the massive jumps in the storytelling, the art, the action, like, because it's really cool going from the beginning. And if anyone hasn't seen these and you're interested, I put a playlist together and I've listed all of the issues we talk about in the title of the playlist. So if you're interested what things look like, go back, because now this is the new threshold here. Like, once we start from here, like, that's it now, right? Like, we're not turning back. We're not going back to Adventure 247 and or the Get Out Legion or the Imposter or the it's like the you're an idiot. Get
so
out.
Much better, right? I mean, first of all.
Oh, I was gonna say, go on. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, when did the Clint Barton Giant Man happen? Probably around this time, because
Clint Barton, it was somewhere around that when he became wasn't
Giant
he Goliath?
Man,
Goliath?
It looks similar to this. That's why I'm saying it's like,
I guess so.
The mass configuration's the same, and he has a harness. It's a different configuration, but it's a harness.
It was a little bit before this. Wasn't he Goliath, or was he? No, he wasn't Goliath. He may have become
Goliath, yeah, and then he was Giant Man. He took over from Hank Pym.
Hank Pym.
Yeah.
We're not doing this, right, Clubby? This thing?
You guys can. I can't stop you, but I agree, Mark. 5 years later look, when it came out, I tried it in 1990. I stuck with it because it was called Legion, and I hated it. A year and a half in, I'm like, you know what? Go to hell. Why am I doing this to myself? I had so many arguments at the comic shop, people trying to defend it back then. This is ugh. So you guys can have a blast.
No, we're not gonna. We're.
You might
we're not near that anyway.
Right.
So
we're not near. When we get there, if you guys check it out and you like it, I'll still love you. But
right.
Some people do. What can I tell you?
All right, let's continue with the good stuff.
I like my Legionnaires with costumes, personally. Call me old fashioned. So I love this panel right here. Even though it says Vaka Boom, but I love this panel right here of Wildfire flying. This art is some of my favorite Legion art of all time. I mean, it's Giffen before he changed his art is probably my favorite. But right after that, it's Cockrum, it's Grell, it's Swan, it's Sherman, it's Broderick. So many great artists on this. Lytle's in there somewhere. LaRoque even. I mean, there's so many great artists.
This is awesome. He just basically releases himself.
Yeah.
That's sort of what's happening, right?
Which he must use the power, as he calls it. From his visor streaks a blast of unimaginable destructive force. I mean, that's powerful sight right there when the other ones are all getting their crappers handed to them.
Well, what happens next is like, oh, this acid also helped. No, it didn't. Shut up.
No. Yeah, what is that going to do? Now,
I helped you.
Yeah. It'll finish once for all. No, he's already beaten. By the way,
pretty much destroyed. I don't know what.
Why didn't Minell go with him?
How much acid? How did that acid affect it?
0.
I mean, no. It's like, yeah,
you've done
nothing.
0.
That's like, a guy's got his just like beaten to a pulp, and then you walk him and you go kick him in the nuts while he's already beaten.
Right.
I helped, guys. I kicked him in the nuts. Yeah,
they did it in Conan the Destroyer. Malik after he defeats Dagoth, and then he goes dun, 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 and they actually play the music when he has his little knives that he uses. Like it's Bob the Goon, right? So he's Conan's buddy, and then he comes up, he's like, and it's like, and he actually says that. I was like, yeah. It's like, no, that did nothing.
Yeah, Classic said, Clint was Goliath in the late 60s. And Fanti, I'm with you, but Fanti says, 5 years later was 5 years too late. Oh, it stinks. I'm on the same page with you, buddy. Yep, Cockrum Grell, Lytle Legion, fantastic artists. Oh, God, so many good ones. Oh, my name. Let's see.
Well, we're never going to see him again, guys. I hope you enjoyed Erg 1 because we're never going to see him again.
Yeah, we'll never. This is the last time you'll ever see that outfit, that containment suit. Look at that. That's sad. Actually, that's about.
There's no dialogue or anything. It's just there it is.
It's over. It's over. So are we ready for our next production?
Oh, man.
All righty.
The next one's the next one. I don't know what to tell you. The next one's the next one.
All righty. All right, folks. This is time for the main event, baby.
It's time. Now hold on. Before we start the main event, we got to do the guys, make sure everyone is subscribed to Sean. Have you passed me yet? Sean, you might be passing me soon, if not already.
You'll both pass me soon.
I don't know. I have to check.
I keep Sean doesn't post anything controversial or make fun of stuff. So then I say this is trash and sucks, and I lose a bunch, and then I gain other people who are with me.
Oh, yeah,
I go up and down I go up and down like.
I don't do that either because I don't make videos that have a theme. I mean, I do it when I'm in a live stream, but that's different. I don't like tonight. I don't write in my thing tonight. This sucks. Go screw yourself if you don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you think that rubs people the wrong way?
I hope so.
Okay. So Sean,
you get me every time that you put something like something, you go, it sucks, and I'll go watch it. And you'll tell. I mean, I'll go. Wait a minute. He didn't hate it as much as I thought he was going to hate it. But you say it sucks.
I did say it sucks, and I am pretty. The only time I didn't destroy the thing was Rebel Moon. I gave it a low score, but no, I didn't destroy it because I didn't.
You're the
it.
only person on the entire universe that didn't hate it. Then.
I know, but that makes me think that everyone's just a little bit like overly angry at
I don't know if that many people hate it because even Snyder bots aren't defending it.
Yeah, they're trying to.
Aren't defending it. I've not seen even Snyder bots like not even talking.
Yeah, I didn't watch part 2 yet.
They're that embarrassed.
I thought it was like it's okay. I didn't hate it. It's not as bad as Fall Guy.
So, and you know what? I'm seeing a lot of people really loving that, or loving to really liking. Not saying loving, like really really liking to thinking, yeah, it was all right. You're the only one I've seen that hate it. And by the way,
I guarantee you.
I'm not going to watch it. I don't care. I watched the pilot the other day, the old show.
Okay. No, I was going to say, Clobby, if you watch it, I will guarantee that you will hate it. Guarantee, no doubt in my mind, you'll hate it. It is so awful. I can guarantee you'll hate it. And actually, my friends who saw it with me also didn't like it, but they didn't want to bash it. They're like, oh, I guess it was okay. No, I don't believe in that. If something's great, I'll say it's great.
Right. I believe, look, if you hate something, bash the hell out of it. Who cares?
Yeah.
And if you love it, great. But if you hate it, bash, beat the crap out of it. Picasso. All right, well, we ready for the main event?
The main event. So make sure you subscribe to Sean and Clobberin Times. We'll remind you at the end of the stream, but I like to do it before the main event.
Yeah.
All right, the main event.
I'll announce it, and then of course you may do. You're the man. It's your channel, and it's your honors.
No. Well, let's go. You'll guide it. Let's go.
Superboy, starring the Legion of Superheroes. Yes, folks, a reprint title notwithstanding, because that doesn't count, even though it was before this, was 4-issue reprint of the old Computer War. Their first time sharing the title or being on a title as a title cover of a comic book magazine. And it is, of course, September 1973. Cover by the great Nick Cardy. Let's see, story. Timberwolf, Dead Hero, Live Executioner, writer, the great Cary Bates, penciler and inker, the great Dave Cockrum, inked by Ben Oda, edited by Murray Boltinoff. And there's a secondary story that, even though we're not covering it, we should give them credit. Cary Bates, writer, penciler Bob Brown, inker Murphy Anderson, the great Murphy Anderson, I should say, and Ben Oda in the letters. So, Sean.
And I did read all the stories. Every issue tonight, because I love Superboy. I've read both stories for every issue tonight, and they've been a lot of fun. This one's the longer one. This is the actual proper story here for Superboy and the Legion, or starring the Legion of Superheroes.
Nice.
All right, let's look at it.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's take a look here. Sean, do the honors.
All right.
And you, Tale of Legion of Superheroes.
So we see
Jay. I'm sorry. Good, Sean.
Yep.
Yeah, we see Superboy and everything, and Apple's about to fall. Just silliness, right?
Right.
I love that splash page.
Yeah. But Superboy travels to the 30th century.
What?
And they always show it in different ways.
Yeah.
Pardon? Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm saying which century?
Yeah.
So and him and Lana are having this beautiful moment here where she wants a kiss.
Yeah.
She just wants a kiss. It's
he gives her a concussion.
Yeah.
It's cutie pie Lana.
He cuts an apple, and the apple somehow gives her a concussion.
No, it's not. Why you guys are so mean? It's not a concussion.
It had to hurt. It was dumb.
It's just a bonk. It's just 2 apples. Just a bonk on the head. It's not a big deal.
That's so stupid.
You guys trying to make this into a big deal. It's fine.
Could have knocked her out, like, kind of somehow, like some kind of crypto. Remember, he could have mind melded with her, like, or something.
Yeah, so his Legionnaire signaler goes off, which I guess is the oval or the round part of his belt or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, kiss her. Jesus.
Yeah. Flip sync.
Yeah, come on, Superboy.
Your tongue gonna destroy her face or something? Or anyway.
I mean,
all right. So he flies to the future, and he's like, "That's strange. Not a single member in sight." And he sees, Timberwolf, with massive 70 sideburns, looking awesome.
He's awesome. Wolverine.
They do this thing like that, you know.
Yep.
I got it ready.
He's like, I thought you died. Like, I thought I died too, but it didn't happen.
They never say that. They never said he was dead before.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he died or something, right?
No, when did he die? I don't understand. We saw him in the last issue.
Lost or something, right? No,
he was in that last issue. Like, maybe they put him there as a mistake.
Oh, he was in that. Yeah.
Does anyone know? No, honestly, does anyone know? Because I was racking my brain, and I'm like, okay, we've been covering every appearance.
Yeah,
I went to Legion Who's Who today.
Okay.
So I was trying to remind myself. I think I'm having a bad deja vu because I could have sworn, and maybe it's because I've read this so many times or whatever, that I'm just all mixed up. Because I'm like, wait a minute, did they explain why he was missing, why he was dead in an earlier issue? And someone here may remember. He didn't. I mean, in other words, he died, Mark, but he didn't die. But they thought he was dead, but it was unchronicled. I don't know. I think it's just because I read this one so many times.
What's suspicious is that they go into great detail about what kind of happened. So maybe they just made it up in this issue. Like,
yeah, I think they did, and I'm just having a brain fart. I'm like, you know how you have deja vu stuff? I could have thought recently I read, and I've just read this comic book so many times over the years, even though it's been a little bit of a while.
Yeah.
He wasn't dead. He was just resting. Yeah, he wasn't dead, but they thought he was dead or missing.
Yeah.
But like when did that happen? Like he was literally there.
He was in the previous issue with that costume.
No, I don't think so, Mark.
With his old costume, right? Or what's it?
Yeah, he was just in this one tonight. We did one tonight with him
in a Cockrum issue. He was sitting there on the Legion headquarters at the beginning when they were I guess he was there when they were talking to Erg.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to go with it.
Look, I'll show you.
And just be like, it is what it is.
Let's backtrack and look at it.
So 195 or
195. Let's see. Okay.
Yes, this is all Superboy. I think it was the one before this.
Oh, it was the one before? I'm sorry.
So 193.
Okay, it was 193. Because, yes, he's not in this one.
Where's my iPad?
I'll find it right here.
I've got all these on digital.
Damn it. Where are you?
193.
193.
He's definitely one of the ones we did tonight.
Yeah, he was. Where?
Maybe it was. Maybe
Maybe it was 190 and 191.
Maybe it was 191.
Okay, let's check. It was tonight because unless I'm going absolutely insane.
No, it was tonight. We're like, oh, there he is.
You got him?
Yeah, he was in a
group shot.
Background.
There he is, right here. Look,
there he is. Yeah,
there he is, right there in the front.
That's his old costume.
Different look.
His hair is similar, but that's him. So the last time we saw him before this, they just said that. Apparently, Sunboy said he was dead because he wanted to have Timberwolf stuffed and put in the museum class. Yeah, there was an issue where he said that, right?
Yeah,
that's right. Okay, thank you, Fanty. But what issue was that? That was recently, right? Then they must have put him in here by mistake. He's right. He did talk about having him stuffed.
Yeah. You guys are
That's
so
right.
mean.
Thank you, Fanty. No, they did, remember?
Mm-hmm.
What? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Huh?
I'm not kidding. There was an issue recently, last week or the week before, where, like Fanty says, I remember it now, vaguely, but I remember. I can't tell you the issue number, but one of them said they wanted to have him stuffed.
What, really?
Yes. And put in, because they thought he was dead or something, and That was it last week. I'll go back and backtrack.
Okay, we'll try to
reviewed
backtrack
it.
that
We
after.
talked about it because Fandy, let us know if you can remember what issue that was. And now here they put him in this one, 191, where he's sitting at the table at the birthday party. And then we go back to 197, where they reference, hey, he's been gone for 6 months. I'm all confused.
Yeah.
I am.
We're just gonna go with it.
Right.
We're just gonna go with it.
All right. So let me go back to 97. Let me get us back to 97. Oh, it's a stupid thing. What have they done to my site? My beautiful site that works so well. Assheads. All right.
Ready?
Okay, we're back. Let me go back to where were we? All right.
All right. So he gives her a little bump on the noggin so he can get away.
Gives her a concussion.
Yeah. And he takes off. And when he meets up with Timberwolf then talks about the big origin of his kind of death. I guess I don't know. They're tracking some sort of like space vulture or something, and they're on a planetoid, and it's needlessly complicated. So the planetoid blows up. And
6 months ago, there you go.
Yeah, and then Superboy's like, I stayed there for a while, not really just sitting on an asteroid, I guess. And he's like, I don't remember you being there at all. Like I just thought you were vaporized or whatever.
Right.
Right.
So, Superboy's hanging out on asteroids.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile,
would you like
Enterprise,
to swing on a star, carry moonbeams?
This thing looks more like a bird of prey here.
Why does this guy have a Legion cruiser? It looks like a Legion cruiser, but it's different.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, look, see, it's sort of like a bird of prey or whatever. What is this, though? It's got a big ass, whatever, ass end or back or something. Yeah.
Big dome. So they're monitoring him as they're watching him as he sleeps, right?
Wow.
Here's a super. Oh, this makes sense. That's why that was in Superman Returns.
Yeah.
What?
Because he read this and he was like,
Yeah, Bryan Singer read this issue. He's like, oh, Superman spies on people while they're sleeping, so why don't I do that?
Yeah. Then what was that? Mon-El looks. Is that Mon-El?
Yeah, it's Mon-El. It's Mon-El and Superboy.
Okay.
That's Lightning Lad and Superboy right here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with Carrie Bates and ask him to come on the show, and then we could ask him stuff.
Yeah.
He did it. I know we're not Mark Millar or anything, but he did do an interview with Mark Millar.
Oh, awesome.
He's around. I mean,
yeah.
I can get in touch with him. Would you like to have him on?
Yeah, let's get him on.
Talk Legion with him, and talk Superman with him, and Flash with him. And stuff. So, anyway, yeah, he's like, what the hell? Why does Mon-El look pissed off all the time?
Yeah, he looks really mad, like sinister.
There's Mr.
I don't
President.
trust this guy. Well, then why is he on our ship? Just like
President Kandro Baltax. Okay, say again, President Kandro Baltax. I say again, President Kandro Baltax.
There's a tax on balls.
There's a tax on, it's the president, and it's taxing the balls. That's his name. I didn't name him.
Yeah.
Shooter probably named him.
Why does the president have a joy buzzer in his hand?
That's to trigger him. I told this on all the Legionnaires. Oh shit, it was gonna kill me.
So yeah, he gives him a medal, and that triggers the Manchurian candidate in him. He's like, something wants me to kill the president, like in a big like.
No, it triggers the awesome art. It's like, and then all of a sudden the art gets like super pumped up. Oh, it's like this big like
beautiful art, but I don't know if I want to put that sentence on your screen too long.
Yeah,
I can't fight the urge to.
Oh wait a minute, you're in another country. It's fine. You guys don't care about our president.
Yeah.
It doesn't say PM or anything. Or
no.
Oh right. It doesn't matter to us.
Beautiful art though. That's great. Look at that, man. This is Cockrum going for the Ditko a little bit.
Mm.
I mean,
yes.
It's a little trippy, nice. Of the time, of the artist, that the Ditko Starenko type look. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah. No, it's very detailed, and even the metal and stuff.
Joe Dog.
Hey, Joe Dog, what's going on?
Hey, Joe Dog. Joe Dog, what's up, buddy?
What's up is that we're talking about an awesome issue
Yes, sir.
Here, this is badass. Great art.
So great. Now, when the president's, he's like moving the president around like a rag doll. Okay.
Yeah.
Something about Carrie Bates' writing that kind of sticks out here. They're theoretically speaking, these two chumps should be able to move so fast they get to the president. One of them hits Bryn Londo, hits Timberwolf so fast while the other one manages to grab the president and knock his arm free so he doesn't break the president's arm and get him out of there. Double team, but no, they don't do that. He actually gives them some tough, but I guess in fairness, they're trying to make sure the president doesn't get hurt. And he's spinning him.
He's spinning him
like that. Yeah, man. So this, all of a sudden, their capes can
stretch. Yeah, like that's a new power. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, stop it. You guys aren't reading Superboy because you're committing sins and you're trying to avoid Superboy stories. But the Superboy's cape does a lot of random things.
Not the first time, but it's Carrie Bates though.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's always doing this crazy stuff with powers. I love this gimmicky power stuff.
What if they should have done what if Nightcrawler and Colossus and all that were in the Legion? Wouldn't have that would have been very.
They almost were.
They were, right?
He was going to put Nightcrawler in the Legion.
Yeah, that would have been. Can you imagine? That would have been so weird. To think back,
all I wish they would have done is the originally planned X-Men Legion of Superheroes crossover, and as Cockrum had done it.
You get the best of everything in one comic.
Oh God,
that would have been like the greatest comic ever made.
Let him ink it too. That would have been so good.
Yeah,
Paul Levitt should write it though, not Claremont.
Yeah. By the time they did X-Men Teen Titans, they weren't pouring money into these things anymore.
Yeah, as much as I love, they got rid of the treasury size format. But as much as I love Walt Simonson, I don't think he was quite the right artist for that. That should have been Perez or Byrne.
Right. Yeah.
But they're too busy, I guess. Anyway, actually, they weren't too busy. It's just that what's his face? Shooter was mad at both of them. So anyway.
All right, they wrap things up, I guess, if you
wrap it up.
Right. The president's
they subdue them with one L's cape, it looks like.
Yes.
And then and so now they're investigating him, and it's like, oh, it can't possibly be that he's an ass. It's gotta be something like controlling him or something like that.
Now, isn't this right there, Sean? I'm gonna stop right there. Yeah. Isn't this when okay, you're like, finally. Every Legion story, and I mean every one of them, up until right now, they have always just blamed the Legionnaire and said, well, that's it, he's going crazy. It
happened last week. I was stunned when Sound Girl's like, he's turned agast us. It's like, are you an idiot? Think about what he's doing.
Yes, dude. We've been doing there's been 40 episodes before this, and every one of them, anytime a Legionnaire has done something weird, instead of giving him the benefit of the doubt, they're always like, oh yeah, he's terrible.
They believe it. Boom, he must have done it. Not this time.
Not this time. And I was like, wow. And I'm like, now I know why this is like a pumped up. Finally, what was it? Only after all these years do I finally realize. All right, continue.
Yeah, so when he wakes up, he's like, I remember a bit more about what happened. And he's like, this awesome looking guy in Mist saved me. And I'm like, oh, you saved me. And he's like, well, now that I've saved you, I'll do it. You'll do whatever I want, like in the future or whatever. So, hey, and he's like, that's all I remember. I still don't know who or what that was. And they're like, well, the worst is over because we're idiots. It's like, it's fine.
Nothing is over.
Yeah.
You don't just turn it off.
And then he gets up, and then he's up again, and so he's being tracked by Saturn Girl.
Saturn Girl,
with her super hot thing going on.
Look at that ship. That's bigger than the other ones.
They changed the chain that links everything to her logo. Because I think it was just a chain before.
I thought it was the logo, but I could have just been putting
maybe
that.
It was the logo. Then.
I'm not sure. I may have been, because I know it's the logo. I that may have just been in my mind. I've filled in the gaps.
Yeah.
But this costume is very close to that fan costume, but it's the 25% difference, so they don't have to pay that guy.
So this is the first appearance of Tyre. Hey, it's always never should say Tyre.
Yeah,
Tyre.
I say Tyre.
It's Tyre. I don't know. Is it Tyre? I don't even know.
I say Tyre because there's a city in Dark Sun, which is a Dungeons and Dragons campaign setting called Dark Sun, and there's a city of Tyre, and people say Tyre, but I'm not sure.
I say Tyre, but I don't know. But you're right. I don't know.
Well, it's supposed to sound cool, so it's probably Tyre.
Tyre.
All right, Fanty. Let's. Okay, so Tyre or Tyre.
Well, Tyre has an E after it for the British spelling with the Y.
Right.
Anyway, he's one of the 3 Legion villains that actually has a figure. I have it, of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like he's awesome to me because they made a superpowers figure out of him randomly and like confused the shit out of every kid.
Nobody knew who that guy
and
was.
Then
it's like,
but they didn't they not release it as a superpowers? Or they actually released it as a superpowers?
Did they not? Is it not?
All I know is later DC Legends did one. I got it so I could have a Legion figure.
Let me see. Did he get released or not? I don't remember.
I don't know if he got released. It was supposed to be part of the superpowers line. For some reason, they did Legends of him later.
He's in the comic.
He's in the superpowers,
like the superpowers comic.
Yes, I just don't know if they did the figure. I know about the figure was supposed to be released. I just don't know if it has or not. But yeah,
I thought it was like a later release where it's like some markets got it and some markets didn't.
Right. It may well could be. I don't know.
But
I do know that I do know that I have it because I got the Legends one later in the aughts or whatever, just so I could have him, the Validus build figure, and of course the Mordru figure. So at least I got 3 villains.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's fake or not, but it's on eBay.
Well, he was. Okay, so
$400.
Tier. All right, Tier works for me. Anyway, his first appearance, and he's not like a major. I mean, he comes back a few times, but he's not a. Why they chose him for superpowers? I guess they just thought he looked. They just thought
he looks cool. Awesome, man, and that gun arm. That's like
right. They thought he looked cool, so they just used it. So.
What was his superpower in the figure? Because they all had an action. What the thing came out is just that.
Probably.
That's it? Yeah,
I guess just because he looked villainous. And so she looks amazing. Woo, 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 woo. So yeah, he looks pretty cool. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's like, I've got this plan. I'm gonna. He talks nonstop after this. Like he's nothing but motor mouth, and she's like, I pieced together. And it's like he's gonna self-destruct the thing and whatnot, and he's like, yeah. So anyways, he does initiate the self-destruct. That's what made me think of Spaceballs. Yeah. Anyway,
I think the gun is an AI thing because I've been reading ahead.
Yeah,
and,
it's in the next. It's in a few issues.
Yeah, and like it goes on Superboy and stuff. Like, so it's definitely some sort of AI thing or whatever.
Yeah,
he would actually be a very cool villain to use as someone to start with, because you don't want to do Fatal 5 for the first movie or whatever, right? Like you want to like build up to that. Mm-hmm. So he would be a good one-off guy to have. Like maybe do him and then Time Chopper for part 2, and do a couple of like smaller guys before you do like a Fatal 5 movie or something. But he looks awesome. The gun thing is cool. I like the AI gun thing. That's neat. He's badass. He's like a Kirby guy kind of. It's like and then Saturn Girl's like, holy crap, she looks good here.
Oh, God,
and Timberwolf nails them, like just nailed them.
Nails them, yeah.
Nailed the crap out of them.
He blasted. Way to go, Timberwolf.
And
I love Timberwolf.
He stops the self-destruct.
I don't know what it was, but I liked this Wolverine, pre-Wolverine look.
Yeah.
and then the
And-
gun.
in the head, so the gun takes off,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we never see it again.
Never ever.
We never see it again.
Soon the time will come for me to rescue my master. And then Tyr and I shall rule this planet. Me as I'm a gun. It's kind of lonely, but it's all right. I'm the only gun around. Maybe the only single guns down there. So there you go.
I don't know what they can do. All right, so we're done there. We can talk some Legion stuff, just general. What can they do? I don't know what. So they tried bringing Legion not too long ago. It looked kind of mad to me.
What?
What a comic book? Like they tried doing a comic book. They just did one not too long ago.
Oh, Bendis garbage?
Was it Bendis who did it? I didn't get it.
Even though I don't buy modern shit, especially not modern Legion, I'm all over the Legion message boards. And even though a lot of these people still read a lot of the more current crap, I don't, but I do look at what they say and things. And
Right.
A lot of them like all kind of Legion crap that I hate, like fake Legion crap, but I still read about it. Even those people, almost all of those people hate the Bendis stuff so much. I mean, they are going on, they're saying this is the worst shit ever. Again, these are people that, granted, I wouldn't agree with much on any of the later stuff that they like,
Right.
but I do find it interesting to see what they talk about sometimes. And when I just see them posting over the past couple of years before they finally canceled the Bendis crap, they hate. I mean, it's almost universally despised by Legion fans who will accept anything called Legion in some cases.
Right.
What that means, I don't know, but it ain't good, is it?
Yeah, I don't know what they can do. Like right now,
They can't.
I'm reading I think I'm reading 0 Marvel comics. Hold on a second.
Everyone's ranting about that in Ultimate Spider-Man, but
No, last issue
Not
sucked.
after last issue. Yeah.
Huh?
Not after last issue.
People
I was
were
on board. I'm like, it's a bit slow, but I like where it's going. Then the last issue done.
Oh,
So I'm done with that one.
Someone was going nuts over it on Nick's show the other night, but it was
No.
Yeah, I don't know why people were dying over it. That last issue proved me right because it was all that. I think
I'll tell you something. You don't want you. If you think you don't like Sean now, just wait till Sean's right. Then you do. Then you super don't like him. Like he's like, ooh, but you know what? You know hold on. Before I'll let you have the floor in a second, Sean. Hold on a second. This is what happens with Sean. He auto dislikes the thing. And he's like, oh, it's not that good. Oh. And then it'll eventually become garbage, right? Like we know that it's Marvel, so it's going to eventually become garbage. Like it's you've got like, and Sean then pretends that he's like, one of these psychic medium guys. Like, oh, I called it. You didn't call anything. We knew it was going to become garbage. Sean did call it. I didn't think it was going to become that fast. That's the thing. It was so fast because it started off slow. I didn't get the first issue. I thought, And then people were telling me, you know what? It was pretty good. It's like, I read it. I was like, this was pretty good. I read issue 2. I was like, this is pretty good. And then issue 3, I was like, okay, I like this. This is going places. And then issue 4, zoom. And I knew issue 4 was bad when Dan, the original Legionnaire of the channel, messaged me and said, he never does this. He's like, please read Ultimate Spider-Man 4 and review it. I was like, I'm not reading it. I'm not reviewing it. I said, I know your tricks. It's probably awful. Because he never asks me that way. He'll usually be like when he likes something, he'll be like, hey, did you read this? And I was like, oh, that must mean it's pretty good. But when he messages me, he did this on Superman and Lois season 3. He's like, please watch season 3, episode 1. I was like, oh, I'm not watching season 3 now. He's like, no, just watch it. I was like, no, I'm not, because I know this trick. He did it with Ultimate Spider-Man issue 4. I was like, I didn't read it. Then Sean quickly messaged me saying, nothing happens. It's just, and I was like, okay, I'm not reading it. Then a day later, Dan messaged me again. He's like, hey, man, you got to read that issue 4. I was like, I'm not reading it, Dan. The cat's out of the bag. I talked to Sean on it. He said it was trash. And he's like, damn it, because he's okay, so go ahead, Sean. Now talk about how you called it.
Okay, like, no, look, from day one I said. I'll say this like in all seriousness. My problem with it, it's like modern comics. My problem with it is it's storyboarded and not. It's like they think they're making a Netflix series. and everything is like paneled not for cartooning, but for conveying acting and conveying, like movement, and that's the kind of thing you should convey in one panel with cartooning. You should be able to do that, but that issue 4 of Ultimate Spider-Man literally is Peter Parker, Mary Jane, the new Gwen Stacy, who's kind of an ass, and Harry Osborn sitting at a restaurant and eating and talking. That's literally the entire issue.
It is.
There's 2 pages in the beginning where they're waiting for Harry Osborn to come, and he comes. And then there's 2 pages at the end where Mary Jane and Peter Parker walk home. And no sting when they walk home, like no one attacks him, and then he has to turn Spider-Man. Nothing like that. It's just that's it. They're talking. And it's just it's 3 panel, so it's 9 panels per page.
Oh,
right.
And someone says something, someone says something back. There's probably a panel or 2 of just acting, just someone chewing for a pause or something like that. It's like, oh my god, this
Sounds
is
like
not
Marvel
comics.
to me.
This is not what Winsor McKay built. This is bullshit. It's like, what is this shit? You think you fucking work in comics? No, you don't. Anyway,
Isn't that what Marvel Comics really is now these days? From what I hear from people who read the crap.
I read 0 Marvel comics.
Yeah.
I'm just checking for DC. I read Action and Superman, which I think Sean is also liking. We're both liking it.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. It's actiony. It's fun. I did not like though this House of Brainiac special. I thought that was very boring.
I didn't read the whole thing. I was going to, and then you said like it's boring and crap, and I was like, okay.
Well, you know what? I lied. I am reading X-Men 97 comic.
Right. Yeah.
That's okay.
Because it's tied into the cartoon.
It's tied into the cartoon, so the cartoon is good. For DC, I read Action and Superman. Other than that, I read all 4 Spawn titles. I read Transformers and G.I. Joe and Conan. That's it.
Yeah, like I read Planet of the Apes, but it finished.
Simply Steve,
Spider-Man, X-Men. I don't know. I'm trying to think of any licensed stuff. Like I don't read Star Wars anymore. Yeah.
Nobody. I haven't read Star Wars since 1977.
They did did you see that they did a Phantom Menace?
I got it. I got it on digital and I didn't buy it.
I accidentally saw it on the digital thing. Someone just put it up there. Just came out last week.
Yeah.
And I flipped it. I read it actually. I don't know. I was sitting there bored one day last week when I read it. I'm like, it's like it was stories that take place
right
in between.
Oh,
yeah, scenes or whatever.
One of the movies like during. It was like, okay, that's cute, I guess, but I don't know.
It's pointless. It's what do they say? It's cute and pointless. What was that movie? What movie was it? Thank you, Phil. That was Ghostbusters 2. Where the guy says something, he's like, "Thank you." Oh no, was it? Or maybe it was Ghostbusters 1, where he's like, "Thank you." That's good and useless, or something pointless.
Yeah.
Not the first one.
No, it's part 2.
It's part 2 then. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it no, it's Lewis. That's after he makes his speech. So they're in that's when they're in the courthouse, and Lewis says his big thing is like, "Thank you, Lewis. That was brief and pointless," or something like that.
What is Fanny trying to get me to watch?
What's Fanny trying to?
Something about last 3 minutes or something.
No, don't watch it, Clobber. You're just not going to like it.
I don't know what it is.
Stargirl. It's Stargirl.
Everyone, look, Mark is insanely obsessed with me watching that. So is Fanty. 2 other friends like, I need to. I said, look, I don't watch CW crap anymore ever. And I'm talking years now. They've been trying to talk me into it. I'm like, look, you can live a nice, healthy life without me watching that show. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I own the first 2 seasons on Blu-ray.
I will validate you if I watch it. Will I? Are you on it? I mean, look, if you guys like it, cool.
No, I haven't watched it yet, so I own everything. So you can't go.
You're like me. Oh, you haven't watched it? Oh,
no, I haven't watched it yet.
Now I'm going to tell Mark so he can bother you about watching
it. Well, I bought it, so I get the get out of jail free card.
Oh, so if I buy it, I don't have to watch it. Maybe I would buy it.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for season 3 to come out in Canada on Blu-ray. It just hasn't been coming out.
Yeah.
So the last 3 minutes is of GSA is JSA Gold.
JSA Gold, okay.
Okay, I can handle 3 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, do 3 minutes.
I'm off the hook if I watch 3 minutes. Mark's not going to let me off the hook. I've only watched 3 minutes.
Yeah, no, Mark's like, if that Spidey sounds boring. Yeah, that is true.
Isn't that what you're talking about, Sean, with that Spidey thing? Because everyone's talking about how great this comic is, right? All I've heard about, since I don't read Marvel shit anymore for years now, all I've heard about modern Marvel is, in spite of just normal like SCW or woke crap. When I'm not hearing about that, I hear all it is about people sitting around talking I'm doing nothing but talking. And so it sounds like more of that. I looked at J. Michael Straczynski took over Captain America, as you know, recently. And I went and read the first issue, and I think the second one. I was like, and I love Babylon 5, but his comics are usually aren't Babylon 5. And I read that, and I'm like, okay, this is Captain America. Steve Rogers, granted, good art, by the way, interesting art, if a bit too kind of antiseptic and computery. It's not doing anything. He's talking about things. There's this one scene. Let's say he moves into this house, and he moves into his mother's old building she lived in or whatever, and they're all these bad, evil corporation whoever's trying to buy and forcing everyone out. So he talks Tony Stark into buying the building for him. Whoa, that's great comics. And then he's standing around working outside in the yard, and the finance work comes up. Cap, we need your help. Come with us. So he gets in the costume. Okay. And we're going to see. He goes into another dimension with them to do some crap. Guess what? They come back out. All the good stuff happened. We don't get to see. He comes back. Oh, that's great. Big deal. We saw the Fantastic Four for 3 seconds. Then he has flashbacks to him as a young boy before he gets the powers at neo-Yahtzee rallies and stuff. And they're yelling neo-Yahtzee stuff at him. Like, whoa, great, exciting Captain America comic. I'm like, that's not what I want in a Captain America comic.
No.
Kirby would never do that.
Yeah. And also, like, Amazing Spider-Man, I was trying to read that, but the thing is, and there's action and stuff, but nothing goes anywhere. Like, I didn't like that gang war thing. I didn't care about any of those characters. It was all Z tier characters. Having a big, crossover with them. And what else? Now they're doing way too much with Goblin stuff. There's a Gold Goblin now. There's a Spider Goblin. It's Spider-Man as a Goblin. It's like this whole overusing the Goblin thing was over 30 years ago. I don't know why you're still doing it in 2024.
Oh God, really?
So,
yeah, it's awful. Someone's saying that are you shitting me? Classic Comics, come on. This is not really Steve Rogers. It's a duplicate of Steve Rogers created by the Cosmic Cube. Are you talking about the Straczynski comic? I haven't kept up. I need to go back and look at him, I guess. Are you come on, man.
Let's just nail down Mark's asking about next week. So I think now that they're longer, do you want to just do 3?
We'll do 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah. So 198, 199, 200.
Some of them are long. Yeah, they're regular issues now because although they had a backup in this last one, but for the most part, I think that they go to, being Legion.
Okay, so we're on. It's basically 198, 199, 200. Now it's just going to be straight, right? Like you guys want.
Yeah. From now to the end of time, it's all Legions and all of it.
Yeah. So
the title is Superboy, starring the Legion of Superheroes, and we got number 98 coming up.
So 98, 99, 200. We'll only do 3.
There's only one story in that issue, so okay.
Yeah. So we'll go back to we end
with 200, right? Nice.
Yep. Yeah, we used to do 3 issues a stream because we were going more in depth because they were longer. Then because these have all been backups, we were doing 4 issues, but now we can go back to 3.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it'll probably be 3 till we're done, I think.
Yeah, it should be because it's a regular, sized comic. So
right.
Yeah, so that's perfect though. We'll have 198, 199, and 200. But then a new era. We'll get to see the wedding of in 200 we get to see wedding of Bouncing Boy and Duo Damsel.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to get those ready. Now that's actually not going to be next week, though. Next week we're doing Earth B.
Oh, that's right. Next week we're Earth B. Unless you want to switch to just doing all Legion, it's up to you. But we can still do Earth B.
No, we got to do Earth B, man. What are you talking about?
Oh, I know. I was just throwing it out there.
What's going on here?
I'm sorry.
You're losing your Earth B.
No, we got. We would be after the Super Sons. We should rethink it because it's not. It's got to be funny. So a lot of them are just Bob's comics are just not as funny.
Right.
The Super Sons is comedy gold.
Yeah, they are brutal. Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be a week from.
So next week I'm on your channel, same time as this start.
Yep. It's the B Monday, folks. So next week at this time, in this time slot anyway, at 6 Central, 7 Eastern. It is going to be on my channel, on Clobberin Time channel. It is our J-Man and I on Earth B for Bob Haney, Zany Haney time. Yeah. Continuing the saga of the Super Sons and World's Finest Comics.
Awesome.
Yeah, buddy. That's right. I forgot about the Earth B. I'm looking forward to this Legion, though. We get back to the Legion in a couple of weeks, man. We're getting into some good stuff. Pretty soon we won't be. I'm going to be sad in the sense that we're going to be losing Dave Cockrum, but we're going to get to Mike Grell. So,
that's going to be epic.
True. So I'm ranked by Coletta, but he's still Grell. So it's, and we'll get to some Bates, and then we'll get to some Jim Shooter. Next couple of writers are going to be Bates, Shooter, a little bit of Levitz, then unfortunately some Jerry Conway, but then we're going to get Levitz again solid. Pretty soon we'll get to the Levitz where it's Levitz in perpetuity forever for like decades worth of it. Well, you know what I mean? Not decades, but a lot. About a decade worth. So yeah, good.
What else is going on? You got your stream tonight?
Oh yeah, as you know, thank you, James Gunn, for giving me something to yell about. I'm going to talk about that stupid ass Crisis on Infinite Earths animated part 1 and 2. Part 2 just came out. I've watched that drivel. But after I address the costume.
So that'll be the entire thing. You're gonna that whatever it is that Crisis Part 2. That's gonna be 5 minutes, and then it'll be 3 hours on the costume.
I'll talk about it a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, if you just don't advise seeing that unless you just feel like you have to. By the way, the Crisis.
Oh, I already bought it.
I avoided it. Yeah.
Good man, Sean. Why'd you buy that?
Well, I buy everything, and then that is going to be the last Blu-ray I purchase from DC Animated because I've completely lost faith. When DC Animated started, I was pretty on board, and there's a couple of duds. Like it used to be, I don't know how many releases there were. Let's say there was 5 a year, and like 3 of them would be like pretty damn good. And then one of them would be like, not too bad. And then one would be like, that was okay. Now it's like 3 that are like horrendously awful, one that's like somewhat tolerable, and then one that's like the worst thing ever. So it's like, I don't know what the hell happened. Even that's gone down now.
Yeah. Agreed, Mark. It was Garbaggio, that second part. But look, I'm very critical of Crisis on Infinite Earths, but this is no adaptation of it. I mean, this is just some of it's there. What they did to the Psycho Pirate in that thing is so stupid. Oh my goodness, he's the Purple Man.
Yeah. Well,
hate it.
All right, Sean, what's going on? What do you got going on?
I have to shoot more videos, but I have a bunch of comic reviews and stuff like that on there. I want to put more trading card content and leaf through some old books. I picked up a bunch of stuff at the show yesterday. I didn't do a video, but I got some Nintendo powers, which are awesome too. So I'll probably go through those as well.
Yes,
yeah.
that's
a personal nostalgia, even though I never owned those issues. Right. It's pretty cool to see the excitement of them, through the thing, and
All righty. Okay. Well, we got our Fantastic Friday coming up, so that's pretty much worse than Watchmen. It was
depends on which Watchmen you mean.
Which Watchmen? No, you know what? The They did a motion comic. That was kind of neat.
That was pretty cool, based on the real comic. Yeah, but it's based on the real comic.
Yeah, that was neat, man.
I have a lot of problems with the Watchmen movie, and the TV show on HBO was a piece of garbage.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Well, that I didn't even. Now that I knew was going to be bad. So I didn't need Sean to tell me that was going to be bad.
It was awful. Yeah.
And also, I had a friend who thought it was okay. And if this friend thinks it's okay, it's awful. It's a guaranteed awful.
What is it?
Who? It's who you think it is, man.
Really?
Really? That guy's lost his mind.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that guy's lost his mind. Like I'm telling you, it's over.
Nobody I know then, huh?
No, it's not anybody you know. He's lost his mind. It used to be a trustworthy person. They've completely lost their mind. It's
the movie. Yeah, I don't like to watch the movie as much as most people do, but yeah.
No, I really like the Watchmen movie. I think but they did change stuff. So I still at least they tried to do something.
Some okay stuff in it, but
yeah, there's some cool stuff in it. And Rorschach is just the damn best.
Oh God, he is. Yeah,
so true. Here's what's going to happen in a couple of.
Cool.
I got this created while so that's coming up. Oh, beautiful. So gasp. Yeah, it is a gasp. You meant the movie? Oh, Watchmen movie, worse than Watchmen movie? No, I like the Watchmen movie. Clobby, what did you think? You're like on it, right?
I have problems with it, but it's a joke compared to the original comic. It's not a good adaptation for sure, but it's got some all right stuff, and it's got a lot of really stupid shit in it for me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Okay, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you this Friday for Fantastic Four. That's going to be fun. I just read the first issue of this week coming up, so I'll read the next three. That'll be a lot. The next few months are going to be epic because it's like Legion, Fantastic Four is revving up. Legion's revving up.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's like you're going to start your week with a great, end your week with a great thing. So
it is really cool.
All right. Well, thanks to the Legionnaires. Thanks to the panel members, and hopefully you'll see you on Friday.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Hey, friends. You've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.